Well, ladies and gentlemen, maybe they figured it out. Maybe they sat down and said, you know what? We have got to get our receivers back in line. Well, this last weekend, they did just that. And I'll tell you what, Pat Mahomes looked like he was back on the money. If you didn't see the game, then you missed one of the most amazing throws and catches by Travis Kelce in Kansas City history. We are the Indiana Chiefs fans, and we do worship at the house of Mahomes.
That we do.
With me, three-time podcasting favorite, Chico Noise. And the Chief, Phil Jordan, will be joining us later in the pod.
Two times in a row. He's been late.
I know. I know. Yeah. He promised us last week he'd be home in time as we were traveling back from Philadelphia or from Kansas City from the Philadelphia game. This week, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. He's doing some family stuff, so he's running a little bit behind. He should be on here for too long, so be prepared for the Chief. I don't know if he watched. I haven't talked to him this week. It's been radio silent on his end. So,
well, he didn't fill out his page, so
yep, he's gonna fall at least 6 points behind.
7.
Oh, we'll get into that a little bit later. I'm glad everybody could join us. Got a lot of us. Me and Gunnar have been doing a lot of work around the studio and got a lot of really cool things going on. Super excited about. We were just discussing the Call Guys 100 episode. We've got to sit down and talk about the United States Paranormal's 100 episode. Doing some rearranging to the studio to make everything a little bit more accessible. We've been busy.
I didn't do much. I just helped you move a table.
Well, that was actually a really big help. So, yeah, I needed that help. But yeah, got a lot of things going on here at the Golden Mojo Empire. Been exciting.
Yeah. It's always exciting. There's always something to do. Always something we got to change or do. Or
we just keep trying to make it better and better. Yeah, and edit. Yeah, with a lot of editing, tons and tons of editing. But we're always trying to make it better around here, and we hope that you, the listeners, are enjoying it. Hey, looky there. Maybe Chief's going to join us here. He's going to have to adjust his headphones, I'm sure. But anyways, we're trying to make it a better podcast empire, and so that's what we've been working on.
Yeah.
And no, I don't have to adjust my headphones. They're already ready. So
we were talking smack about you the whole intro here. You missed it.
That's all good. No. I'll have to go back and watch it.
There you go. There's the anomaly right there.
40 episodes.
Oh, yeah. He's got to start back from the first episode. Well, I suppose I'll listen to all of them, see where we got.
I listened to a majority of them, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Believe it or not.
Well,
I'm one of the 6 or 7 on YouTube.
Oh, you watch them on YouTube. There you go.
I like watching us live, the faces. It just makes it more fun for me if I'm not in the car.
I get it.
So, which, by the way, in the car, we have another 6-hour audio book to finish.
Oh, snap. There you go.
Yeah. So we made it through 2 hours of it. Yeah, it's the Flower Moon, the story about the Osage tribe and when they had oil in their land in the 1920s and how the government and people treated them. It's in the theaters, by the way.
Is that the one they made the movie about?
Yeah, it's got Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro.
There you go. Can't go wrong with DiCaprio and De Niro.
True that. And then come to find out, our tribe, the Iowa tribe, back in the day, we were mortal enemies, evidently, with this tribe. So it's kind of funny.
And there you go.
Anyway.
Well,
Sorry,
Did
I'm late. We were at the in-laws, mother-in-law, and having dinner. So
did she make something good?
no, I did.
Oh, you were doing the cooking.
Yeah, I used leftover turkey with homemade noodles. The nice thick noodles.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh, and a little, and then throw it over mashed potatoes.
Right on.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
giggity, giggity. But it was a good holiday. Glad to be back to the normal grind, but I enjoyed my 4 days off. I'll be honest.
I did too. Absolutely. Chico went and ran. He ran on Thanksgiving Day.
Yep.
The hell?
4.3 miles.
How many?
4.3.
Oh,
What'd you steal?
I married into a running family, so that's their thing. So I do it with them.
Yeah, I gave up running when I get out of the military.
I gave up
My,
running
my,
when I twisted my knee running to the bathroom.
nah, I got really bad shin splints by the time I got out from running with 80 pounds of gear for 4 years. So
Yeah,
in
that'll do it.
boots, not running shoes. They're gunner.
Yeah, well, I
Military
bought
boots.
special running shoes too because my feet a couple years ago were killing me afterwards.
Mm,
So
well, good for you. My brother was a runner in college. He got a full scholarship,
nice.
so he's a fast guy. The only problem was he decided to go smoky treat and not finish college. So that was the end of that.
Yeah, that'll do it.
But anyway, I digress.
So everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Did you I know that me and Chico watched the game together on Sunday because we had to go to our special place to watch it, which happened to be that was a look.
Seattle. We went to
Special.
Seattle.
We went to Seattle. Uh that was just
sorry.
the better stream.
Yeah.
But we did get to watch it, which was awesome because it wasn't on local TV. So did
Yeah, it
you
was a good
I'm
game.
assuming you watched it.
Yes. And of course, after the first, what was it, 14-0, I'm like, okay, stop playing around. I mean, that's exactly what I said in my head. I'm like, stop playing around, guys. It's time to play some football. And yeah, it was fun after that.
I do believe that my quote after Mahomes' first throw was, "What kind of a lame dick ass fucking throw was that?"
Yeah, that's true. But I was the one that went to the back or whatever out of the
Yeah,
backfield
Pacheco. Yep.
and just went right to the ground. And
Yeah.
he's like, ah,
Yeah. Yeah. It
Yep.
was
yeah,
it was not a good
yeah.
not a good couple opening drives for Kansas City in that game. They
No,
just look flat as shit. So I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't want them to look flat, but I'd rather them be flat in the first quarter than the second
absolutely.
half when we need
Absolutely.
to pull the game out. They
Yeah.
quoted on national TV, "Yeah, this will be the fifth or
Yeah.
third quarter."
Consecutive, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, guys, pull your head out of your a-holes. And hey, you know what though? It gives me pleasure to say this before we really deep dive into the Chiefs. I was so happy today. The Raiders parted ways with Marcus Peters. I was like, dude, you're on the right team. The team that likes to take cheap shots and stuff like that, and they don't give a shit about your past. You get kicked off the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for the love of God. And the funniest part was they kicked him off before he got any of his incentives.
Do we know exactly what the reasoning for his release was? Just not productive?
That's what they said, for the most part. But if they cut him before incentives, I don't know. I mean, he only had one interception this season, was one of the quotes that I saw.
Right on.
With the Chiefs, I think in 2 seasons or 3, he had like 19, something like that. But yeah, he just wasn't producing, I guess, according to them. But I was like, couldn't happen to a better guy.
Oh,
I
I
know
agree.
he'll get claimed off waivers, I'm sure.
Oh,
But
he'll end up somewhere like Carolina or
yeah.
mm, mm,
But my love of Marcus Peters, when he gave us those, penalties, for doing dumb shit.
oh, absolutely.
So 15-yard personal foul. Like, come on, delay a game because he kicked the ball out of the end zone because whatever happened. I'm like, dude, get him off our team.
I think, and I don't mean to offend anybody by any means, but I think my real distaste for him came when he jumped on the Kaepernick train, and the whole he caused a lot of media focus on him during all of that, and it just, I don't have a lot of respect for that. I don't, it's not that I don't believe in what they were trying to accomplish. I just don't think that it was done the proper way, and it just didn't come across the way that it really should have. And again, we've talked about, I don't know, we haven't talked about this, but there's been talk in the past about the platform that you have, whether you're an NFL star or a platinum selling recording artist or whatever the case. Just because you have that platform doesn't mean that you are 100% correct, and you need to force it in some of the weirdest places that it don't need to be forced.
Yeah. Take Disney, for example. They just lost $1 billion trying to play down to everyone. You can't do that.
Right.
It's just impossible. You can't be politically correct in every aspect, no matter what you try. So, and I don't want
to. You hear that, Whoopi Goldberg? Shut your fucking mouth.
Oh. So it pains me to say this, but every once in a while I'll look up at the TV because I watch ABC 7 News in the morning, and I'll start working. Next thing you know, a couple hours go by and I look up, I'm like, oh my God, that show's on. Click.
Yeah.
So
I didn't tell you this. We were actually, when we were in KC last weekend, we had the TV on before Monday morning, and that show come on, and I sat there and I'm like, you know what? I said, I've never really given this a chance. Let's watch this for a second. I think I got maybe 10 minutes in before I was totally disgusted with the way that these hosts were talking about the political stance and all that stuff, and I was like, nope, find me another channel, Phil. I gotta get the fuck off of this.
Yeah, but long story short is, the guy's got talent. He just goes the wrong way about in my opinion, his personal life and the way he acts on the field at times. So
absolutely,
good luck. Good luck playing for Carolina or wherever you wind up.
Cleveland.
You go back to Cleveland.
But I just didn't know if you guys had seen that pop up.
Oh yeah,
it came up kind of halfway through the day today. So
actually, I saw it last night before I went to bed. I think it was posted, but I knew about it, but I didn't read into it any more than I was like, it just shook my head because the same thing you said. How do you get kicked off of the Raiders?
Well, maybe he wasn't being offensive enough to other teams. I don't know.
Maybe.
But nonetheless,
hey,
the Raiders.
What's the Raiders interim head coach name?
I don't know.
He's a former player. I just can't think of what his name is, but he
has a bald head.
Yeah, that is true. But he's done a great job with turning him around a little bit. So, I don't know that this last weekend was his best outing with him, but at the same time, he's doing great work out there, and maybe this internship will get him the full time, and he can actually put in what he needs to put in out there, and maybe the Las Vegas Raiders will turn it around.
Or maybe it'll turn into the Romeo Crennel experiment where he coached the last 2 games, I think, of that season.
Yeah.
When Haley was let go, then he became the head coach, and we just went downhill. I mean, whatever. I wish him luck.
Listen, man, Romeo Crennel is one of the greatest defensive coaches that has ever been out there. He is just not a head coach.
Right. Dead on. But I wish them the best. I always want people to succeed. So
absolutely,
even if it's in our division, I like the competition. So
even if they're a Raider, All right,
Raider
Chico,
week.
take us into the game.
Taking of the game. Well,
Take us into the game.
Let me pull this up and you can.
I'm casting it out there. Reel it in.
Which I'm gonna lose everything because I never got my stuff in.
You didn't fill anything out, Bill.
Well, no one reminded me. I think
Hey,
it was
listen.
on purpose, to be honest.
Hey, listen, Dad. We don't have to remind you. You're supposed to remind yourself.
You know how my days go. It's like
to,
squirrel.
tell you the honest to God truth, I didn't even think about it till I was with Gunner a little bit ago. He's like, Phil never turned the page on. I'm like,
Hey.
okay.
Hey, let me fill it in right now.
No, it's all right.
Mahomes had I want to say like 298. Sounds good.
Yeah. Hey, everyone has to take a bye week now.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, new rule. New rule. All right, Gunner, take us through.
Chiefs play the Raiders at 4:25 on Sunday in Las Vegas. Good old Las Vegas, Nevada. Patrick Mahomes. Actually, let's go score. Final score 31-17 Chiefs. Chief had a blank. I can't read.
No,
right with invisible ink.
I picked 31-17, man.
31. You said 31-17 Raiders. I'm pretty sure what you said.
Yeah. You picked the Raiders.
At 31-10, Golden Jay had 24-3.
Chico.
Yep, took 2 points there. Mahomes total yards 298. Golden Jay had 284. Total touchdowns he had 2. Golden Jay took that with 2. Travis Kelce total yards 91. Golden Jay took that with his 87.
Man.
He had 0 touchdowns. We both took a point there. Actually, Phil kind of would technically get that point, I guess.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, most yards was Rice. His long was actually 39.
Booyah.
So
Booyah.
both took that one. Longest pass play was 39, which was Rice. You took that one with. Oh wait, I took that one. Sorry, I need to change that.
No, you're fine. Just leave it just the way it is. Dang it.
I had 34 interceptions of sacks. We had 0 interceptions and 1 sack this week. The 1 sack was Karlaftis.
I want to touch on that too.
We went 1 for 1 on that. Do you want to touch on that now, or you want to wait?
I mean, I can if you want me to.
Go for it.
Yeah,
Karlaftis is a Purdue graduate, and O'Donnell is also a Purdue graduate. O'Connell. Sorry, it's not O'Donnell. It's O'Connell. Sorry, man. They were teammates, they were roommates, and they were really good friends while they were at Purdue. And they touched on that a little bit during the announcers did during the game. And sure as shit, man, when he sacked him, he leaned down and said something to him while they were laying on the ground, because he had that quick 2-3 second pause while he was laying on top of him. And I laughed because, I can imagine what was being said there. But I did see a picture of the two of them after the game. They did the jersey swap and did the autographs. And I thought that was great that these college buddies who made it to the NFL and played against each other can still, walk away from a game and still be buddies. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was funny.
I heard him talk about it when he sacked him. That's the only reason why I knew.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think he said, "Man, I miss you, brother."
I thought he said, "Hey, you want to go get some barbecue after the game?"
Yeah, maybe.
I'll buy you a beer.
My God. That's funny.
Let's go play some slots. We're in Vegas.
Yeah.
But yeah, the defense had a great outing, but man, to only walk away with one sack in that game, it just goes, it's still once again. Chris Jones was, they had his number. They pretty much shut him down in this game.
I didn't even think he was playing,
Well,
to be honest.
well, keep in mind they kept trying to run,
Right.
so
Well,
you know
you have
that.
Josh Jacobs. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for as I see there, the 63-yard long, he would have been,
Yeah.
about 50. What's that work out to be? 55, 56 yards, which
Right.
would have been awesome. But he had 20 carries, so that's
Yeah.
what I say. I think that's why the sacks weren't there. They ran the ball too much.
Yeah, especially after
Definitely.
last week's sacking Hurts, 5 times?
5
Yeah.
times. Yeah. And that, yeah.
Then Butterfingers,
Butterfingers.
MVS.
Yeah.
Or
Notice he had
MVS.
1 reception for -1 yards. Crazy.
Yeah, that's sad. But man, Rashid Rice,
Yeah.
he's coming. He's starting to come on.
8 for
Well,
107.
yeah. I mean, we knew that was going to happen. You
Yep.
knew he was going to become the favorite. I was just excited that Kelsey got back into it, especially the last couple of weeks of not really having a lot thrown at him. But like I said in my opening, that throw, there was one particular throw where Mahomes kneeled it between Travis's shoulder and the defender's helmet and just
Yeah.
dropped it right in the breadbasket, and it was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be intercepted at first. I'm like, oh shit, but no, we were good. Yeah, Mahomes could have had 299 yards.
Could have, didn't.
Yeah,
It's
I
true.
keep taking the under. By the way, under 300.
All right, keep going, Gunner.
So Karlaftis had the most sacks. We had Jones and I had McDuffie. Butker was perfect through
My
8
God,
games.
what did I see earlier? He's
through-
what, 58 for 58 or something like that?
I don't know. I have to look it up.
I just I wished I would have screenshotted it. I forgot.
No Taylor Swift, and that's an 8 and 8. So that's actually
What's the question marks?
6.
Hey, I have no points for the season, evidently.
Yeah, I don't even know what your total was last week.
Who cares? Move along.
57.
57.
Hines, 57.
There you go. He's gonna stay right there.
Yep.
He's gonna stay right at that one.
Hey, everyone has to take a bye week.
Oh.
So yeah, exciting game. Really good last 3 quarters. First quarter, not so much.
Not so much first one. It was 48 for 48.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, butt kicker.
Yep, he's doing a great job. Yeah, what is he? He's still perfect through how many games?
Yeah, I was watching, I don't remember which game it was this weekend, or it might have been Thursday or Friday for all I know. And they're talking about the kicker. He made like a 60-yard field goal, whatever it was. He's like, yeah, he's perfect on the season. He has a chip shot and shanked it right, right as they were saying that. So we're watching the Chiefs game, and obviously, butt kicker gets up there to do his, and they're talking about, oh, he's perfect. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, don't jinx his ass.
You know how many times I've watched, I'm sure everyone can say this, every time you watch him, he's had 200 million complete passes without an interception. The next one's a fucking interception. I mean,
every time.
Oh my God, it kills me.
It's the Madden. It's the Madden curse in reverse.
Yeah. And sure enough, man, they shanked the shit out of that one.
Was that Carlos? Was that Santos?
No.
Carlos Santos is a great kicker.
Yeah, I watched him punk one from like 30 yards.
What was the game that they were gonna tie it up, I think, or win? It was a somewhat long field goal, and it's going and going and going and hits the front of the goalpost. Oh, the Philly game.
No, that was the Houston Texans, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was a 58-yard attempt, and he was only good for 50, and they were trying to tie it up. Yeah. They were trying to tie it up, and he doinked it off the crossbar.
Oh yeah, Philly played Buffalo.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the Philly one, the kid did a 58 and in the rain and the wind and punked it through, I guess, for the win. So
Yeah, that was impressive.
yeah. So this week we've got the Packers from the frozen field of the frozen tundra of Favre Field.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe our friend Trevor is going to be at that game. He's heading up there to Green Bay with his dad, I believe, and they're going to go see the Chiefs play. So hopefully we'll get a text or a couple pictures from Lambeau.
Nice.
That would be cool.
Yeah, it's still on my to-do list. I don't know.
Rob and I tried. We have a sales guy that has season tickets for the Packers, and we tried to get the tickets, but
what the hell?
No deal.
No deal.
Tell him we're not using you as a supplier.
He never came back. Never came back.
Well, let's get tickets, Gunner, and go.
I don't want to travel that far 2 weekends in a row. Actually, really not that far. What is it?
Where'd you go?
3 hours.
Where'd you go last weekend?
No, the weekend
the
after.
weekend after. I'm going to KC.
Yeah, but that's next week. Don't worry about
it.
Still 2 weekends in a row.
Hey, I've done 2 weekends in a row. Your pop's done basically a round trip like this.
A full week, yeah.
A full week of traveling and driving. So, I don't know.
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed every minute of that, to be honest. Well, except that I was going to a funeral, but it was a lot of fun. The problem was I didn't know where the hell I was at when I woke up in the morning. It's like, where am I at? I don't want to see Pat McAfee. Come on, man.
It's Pat.
It's Pat. So let's see who won this week. Who won? Chico? Or we tie?
I got you by 1.
You got me by 1, so that means you get to go first.
We tied. We did tie.
Well, do you want to play rock, paper, scissors? Or do you want to go first?
Bear Ninja Cowboy.
Ninja
Gunner
Cowboy
goes first.
Gunner
goes first. He has the most points.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, you're up first, Gunner.
Final score against the Packers, who right now are 5-6, so 3-2 at home, and we're 4-1 away. We're definitely going to win. I don't see any problem with that, but I don't know. 28-17.
I'm going to go a little bit higher. I'm going to go 34-28.
I'm going to go 41-24.
21-24. Mahomes total yards. I'm gonna break the 300, 301.
I'm gonna go 299. Don't put me in chief spot.
Sorry, it's not blank this time.
302.
302.
Oh man. Oh, that's cold. Oh, that's cold.
Well, hey, $1.
I'm gonna laugh. It's 301 on the money.
Well, it could be. I mean, hell.
Touchdowns?
You're up. How many are you gonna throw?
2.
I'm gonna go 3.
4.
Kelsey, total yards.
Total yards for Travis Kelce. I'm gonna stick with my 87, man. It seems to be a nice number.
79.
Oh no, hold on. 90.
Total touchdowns for Kelsey?
2.
I'm going 1.
I'll go with 2.
Who will have the most yards? I'm gonna say it's Rice again this week.
I'm gonna go with Rice.
Rice. O'Roney.
The San Francisco treat.
Longest play. I'm gonna go 42.
I'm gonna go 38. That's what come in my head. Phil's gonna take 39.
No, he's only get trapped between us.
Nah, I'm gonna go 35.
Interceptions of sacks. I'm going 1 and 3.
I'm gonna go 1 and 4.
1/2.
Who's gonna have the most? Man, I think
And
Jones
that's
is gonna come back. Jones will get a couple.
I'll take Jones.
Karlaftis. It's got to do something different.
Yep.
Yes.
No.
You don't think? Wait. You don't think T Swizzle's going to be at the game?
Nope.
But the South American leg of her tour is over. She's been spotted in Kansas City getting off her private jet.
She won't be there. Too cold.
Oh, too cold. She has a suite.
Jet lag.
She's gonna get enough action that she'll just be laying around.
She's got to celebrate his touchdown from last week.
All right. Well, give me a no. I'll just stick with the group on this one.
I already put yes. You already defended your answer.
No. Nope.
All right. Leave it at yes. Let's see if she shows up.
That could be a free point.
Yeah.
Could be.
For Chico and I.
There you
All
go.
right, there you go. There it is.
Fucking T-Swizzle. Gonna be the death of me right there.
Yeah, they had another article on Fox News today. Every day they seem to have a new article on Kelsey and
Taylor
Swift. Yeah, it's just I don't even remember what they were talking about in it. I clicked on it for a second. I'm like, okay, this is boring.
That's okay. My car was running funny, so I took the Taylor Swift CD out, and now it's running just fine.
Hey, your wife is a Taylor Swift fan.
I don't know about that. She doesn't hate her.
She was.
Did really?
You watched the concert, didn't you?
No.
She did. Somebody did in your family.
It wasn't her.
Yeah, well, she told us.
No, but I think you were drinking.
I never drink.
She hasn't seen the concert.
I heard you and her. I heard you and her held hands and watched it 2 times in a row, 6 hours
naked
in a beanbag chair eating Cheetos.
That is right.
There for a second, I thought you were talking about me
with ranch.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, let's go. Let's actually get back to fucking Kansas City football here. I was happy to see that Rice ended up with 101 yards, 107 yards, on 8 receptions. I mean, the kid looks like he's definitely coming alive, and it looks like Mahomes is ready to kind of hand that gauntlet over to him as their number 1 wide receiver.
Yep, and Hartman's out.
Yeah, again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, what the hell,
as
man?
per usual.
He hurt his little finger.
I have no idea what he did.
I think it was something with a finger. It was a finger injury or some sort. But how many players play through that? But maybe not a receiver, I'm guessing. It's probably not the best position to play through that. So he's got another 4-game break. But yeah, Rice stepped up. You know, your boy kind of played okay for once.
He had 3 receptions for 34 yards on 3 targets. So he caught everything that came to him. And a couple of those were not easy catches. I mean,
yeah,
you know, they were in stride and you know, the Mahomes' pass was around the money, but I mean, there were still defenders and all that shit that was right around him.
And I got to be honest, man, every time they put him back there for a punt or a catch, I am screaming at the TV. Stop putting them back there. It's gonna happen again. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you right now. They keep putting them
Well,
back there. It's gonna happen.
you noticed that he was back there on kickoffs. He wasn't on punts, which
Oh,
is
I don't care.
well, most of the kickoffs go into the end zone, so he just holds his arm straight out and watches it fly over his head. So,
Well, the one time, watch.
what was it?
Mark my words. Just put a point down for that one, Gunner.
Richie
that?
James was
Richie
back.
James.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Sky Moore's gonna fumble another kick return.
Just put that on. Just put it on there every game.
Every game.
Now we were talking about the receivers, and that he picked up his game, but every time I see him back fielding a kickoff, I'm just like, please don't let him catch it.
Yeah, he didn't even have a return, so
No, but there's going to be a game, and I'm calling it now. But
Just one of them. One of them.
Good. Just one. But yeah, I mean the other guys had to pick it up. The other receivers were out. I mean, A, they had no choice. B, I know this whole season's been nothing but drops and miscues and I thought I was going to go right, but you went left. All the stupid shit we've been doing all season that Andy Reid keeps saying, well, we're going to fix it. It's on me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's look at this real quick. So Sky Moore, 3 receptions on 3 targets. Pacheco, 5 receptions on 5 targets. Noah Gray, 3 receptions on 3 targets. Justin Watson, 1 reception on 3 targets. Scantling was 1 for 1.
Yeah.
But then you jump up. Rice was 8 receptions on 10 targets, and Kelsey had 6 receptions on 7 targets. So, I mean, the drops weren't there. Rice had one drop, and I think his other one wasn't catchable. I think it just kind of there was a little miscommunication or something to that effect. And so, I mean, they're not dropping per se like they have been, at least in this Raiders game.
What's the Raiders defense stats? Where they rank overall?
I do not know.
Okay, I was just curious on receiving, especially. I mean, I got to see this more than one weekend. That's all I'm saying.
No, I absolutely 100% agree with you. I'm just saying that, this week was a step back in the right direction. And, by looking at the targets, 2 catches, we can feel a little bit better about how this is coming around. But once again, Tony's out, Hardman's out. We got Richie James back, but he didn't really line up as a wide receiver as far as I know. So maybe we are narrowing it down a little bit.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I was happy to see the, lack of drops, but I want to see consistency.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you would think with keeping 7 wide receivers on your roster, you would, maybe this is where the trouble is we just keep rotating these guys in. If we just had 4 or 5 actual wide receivers that you could focus on instead of having, is like having the whole pot full of them where you're like, oh, I just pick and choose, but they're not getting the proper time with Pat. So I don't know. What do you think, Gunner?
Yeah, I mean, same. There's the consistency is what I also want to see. Phil's right.
Right.
And that's what we need is that consistency. And if next game, if we play the Packers and we're dropping again,
then we haven't fixed the problem.
Yeah.
Well,
work on it.
What are we looking at as far as Green
Can
Bay?
I say one more thing?
Sure.
For the love of God, we overpaid for that tackle.
Yeah.
If that motherfucker gets one more fucking holding call, one more false start, I'm gonna run on the field and just
annihilate him.
Hey, you realize he's the most penalized player in the NFL right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We have the second most too. Who was the second most?
The other fucking side. The other side. But anyway,
it was Sneed. It's Sneed.
Oh, is it? I'm so pissed off at this guy's play for the amount of money we gave this dude. Give him hearing aids. I don't know what the hell you got to do for this guy. Give him contacts. For the love of God, Stop giving us penalties. I mean, I don't know, and it's something I'm gonna have to go back and look. I'll actually do this as my homework to find out if an offensive lineman, specifically a tackle, has ever been the most penalized player in the NFL for a season.
I doubt it.
Doesn't seem likely, does it?
No, it doesn't. And this guy's leading the damn league.
Yeah, after
I don't know.
mean, how much they throw pass interference flags and all that with all these corners and stuff. Like you'd think you'd be a corner or a safety. Nope.
Yeah. I just had to bring it up. It's really every time I see, and I think it happened back to back plays. If it wasn't this game, it was the game before. You had back to back. One was a false start, one was a holding call, like back to back. I'm like, mother, I just and Andy Reid, it's not on you, it's on the damn player. You can only bring the person to water. So, you know, I know we paid him quite a lot of money. You know, hopefully he picks it up the second half. If not, I'm all for taking a cap hit, figure out who else can play that position.
Yeah.
That's just my 2 cents on that player. 74.
Juwan Taylor.
74.
All I know is that at one point we saw a flag and Gunner goes, "Is it 74?" And it's like holding offensive number 74. And I just fucking started laughing because you knew what they were going to call before they called it.
Yeah, it's I don't know what the deal is with this player. You know, it's his first year in the system. I don't care, but yeah, you'll have your occasional false start. You have an occasional hold, but don't lead the fucking league.
Right.
It's pathetic, especially for a Chiefs offensive line. It's uncharacteristic.
Well,
I just wanted to talk about it.
How long did we sign him for? Just 1 year?
No, I think it's a 3-year deal.
Is it?
So I said, I'd rather take the cap hit if there's somebody out there. If I don't know. So, I mean, you can't overcome, a lot of these penalties on first or second down.
Right.
As great as the Chiefs are, we can't have the most penalized player on our offensive line.
Agreed.
Well, when you have a first down and he gets a holding and now you're first and 20.
Or you had that awesome play and he, held just for the hell of it. Some of his holds that I've seen aren't even needed sometimes.
Right.
If you're holding to protect Patrick from getting hit, okay. I might be okay with it, but some of these plays are just blatant.
Right.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's a pet peeve of mine.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. They need to do something about this. So
I say we put you in that position.
Hey, listen, I mean, I can sit here and, armchair quarterback this team all day long. I mean, don't get me wrong, but, I can't do what they do. I can't do what he does. I mean, he's a big guy and, he really has done, if it wasn't for the penalties, he's done a decent job in protecting Pat. Even though, like you said, some of this stuff is, maybe it is holding that they're seeing and that's what's helping to protect Pat. But at the same time, it's like, you can't do that, dude. You can't false start that many fucking times. Jesus, figure it out. But
especially the back-to-back one. I don't know if it was at the game I was at or we were at, or if it was the game after. I was like, what the
I don't know. I don't remember.
I just remember I was mad.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jordan Love has got more actual passing yards than Patrick Mahomes this year. Did you know that? Yeah. I don't have the other one back up. I went back to Kansas City's team leaders. Patrick Mahomes with 2,917 yards, Pacheco 669 yards, Kelsey 732 yards. Drew Tranquil leads the team with tackles of 71, and Sneed has 2 interceptions, which leads the team. So just something to think about there.
What record did Kelsey break this weekend? The most.
First to 11,000 in so many games.
I thought it was Chiefs history. The most something.
I think it's all the NFL. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Kudos.
I know
Cheers.
that. I know. Yeah, he did something. And it's one of those the quickest in so many games or something like that. You know, like he passed somebody who had more, but it took longer games to get there or something like that. I don't know. It's every week is a Kelsey or Mahomes breaking some sort of record.
I think you're right, Gunnar. It was the fastest to 11,000 yards or something.
In the amount of
fastest
games,
tight end to 11K receiving yards, and the only player in franchise history to do it.
Okay. I knew there had something to do with the franchise as well.
Oh, that's right, because Tony's 15 or 17, whatever it is split between KC and Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Gonzalez has a lot more yards. If he actually wants to pass Tony's all-time yardage, it'd take him a couple more years to get through it. So,
yeah. And I think he only trails Rice in playoff touchdowns or something
right.
like that.
Something like that,
Which,
yeah.
I mean that says a lot for a
Yeah.
tight end. You know,
Yep.
Rice was a wide receiver, so
yeah,
that speaks volumes.
Yes,
So,
it does.
Kudos to Kelsey. Congrats.
Yeah. And I hope you're not lonely tonight.
I don't think he is.
So
Come on,
what's your thoughts on this upcoming weekend? Kansas City in Green Bay. I know we went through the scoring thing, but just what are you guys thinking?
I just want to see good football. I want to see us playing the same way we did this past weekend. Hopefully, a little bit of snow.
Uh-huh.
A little bit of snow on the ground. That'd be fun to watch. So,
a little snow on the tundra.
mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's why I went high on the score. I think I want them. This is what I believe. I hope it happens. I want them to continue the momentum.
Right.
So, discounting the first half, that's why I put it to 41. If we had a decent first half last weekend, we would have been 41 or over easily. So that was my thought process on picking 41 for their score is they start out that way and they end that way. Otherwise, the score is going to be shit. It's going to be a 21-17 game.
Didn't Pacheco end up having 2 touchdowns in that game?
Yeah.
How's that for a beautiful, beautiful thing?
Yeah, the guy's a machine.
Yes, he is.
I mean, even Allaire did decent on his 3 or 4 carries, I think.
He had like 5 yards, I think, but
Yeah, he only had 5
still,
that was
still, dude.
Yeah, he had some good runs. He got in there. 3 carries for 5 yards.
Yeah, I think it was near the end zone then. That's probably why it was.
Pacheco coming away with 2 touchdowns, 2 touchdowns. He deserves them. I mean, he's beaten in 15 carries, 55 yards. I mean, the numbers themselves weren't over the top like they were last weekend, but I mean, still 15 carries for an Andy Reid offense.
We're doing good, man.
Let's do this.
Yeah, I mean, you got to mix it up, man. If they think you're going to pass all the time.
Yeah, they won't worry about the run. Absolutely.
Safeties will be up.
Yep.
I mean, safeties won't be up. You need the safeties to be up to get that deep ball down.
Well,
look at Gunner.
We don't have anybody to run the deep ball.
Baby years.
Are you listening for the babe?
Yeah, I thought I heard it, but nope.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't have anything else coming up. How about you guys? Anything more in news wise you want to talk about?
No.
Not that I can think of that's noteworthy beyond what we already spoke about.
Did anybody go listen to the Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce Christmas song yet?
I heard a piece of it on YouTube before it was released. I have not watched the entire.
I need to go listen to it. Gunnar, you listened to it yet?
Nope, didn't even know it was a thing.
You should listen to New Heights.
So I think it's funny that he's doing one song with his brother on a Philly album.
Yeah, well, we talked about this in the past. I mean, when Travis was out there for that game and is actually on the sidelines, which is to me is just a little weird. But I mean, he's
Yeah.
got a good relationship out there in Philly with that team,
Yeah.
and Jason's if Jason would ever get the fuck out of his house, and come out to Kansas City, I'm sure they would treat him the exact same way because, he is Kelsey family and they treat Donna and Ed and Taylor and all them, really good. So, if Jason comes, I'm sure he could have the same amenities as Travis does in Philadelphia.
Nah. He
No,
can sit up in the box.
Jason's too smart to put him down on the sidelines. We'll give away too many fucking secrets.
Yeah, he'll be like, "Well, I am a sinner. I know every play calling that the Chiefs do now." Which and watching the Philly game, Jason Kelsey had an outstanding game, but I think he had back-to-back penalties, and he about kicked himself in the nuts because they almost lost the game. But he also helped win that game. To be honest, I mean, he flinched the ball up on one play, and I think the next play he had a holding call, and it's very uncharacteristic of Jason. But he ramped it up, man, after that, and helped win that game. So
He's a good football player, and I tell you what, they talked to him about what it's like to be on the bottom of that pile in one of those brotherly shoves, and I mean, he is on the very fucking bottom of that. All those guys on top of him pushing, and
I
I
think
don't
the
know.
only one that would be close to knowing what that's like is Jeremy.
I had no
Bottom,
idea.
now bottom of that pile, pushing and pushing.
Nope. No. No, no, no. Yeah, I'm too claustrophobic, so it wouldn't have never even happened. So that would drive me insane. I don't understand how those guys do that at all in football. The big pile up and the running back on the bottom, his face is buried in the fucking turf and gotta be fucking like, just get the fuck off me.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Crazy.
That's it didn't bother me when I played football. I never even thought about it. So, but then again, I didn't have 1,200 pounds of people on top of me either.
And that came in the army.
The Navy.
No, yeah, in the Navy.
My friend was actually, he told me today, I was talking to him, he was like, I'm actually watching Stripes. I'm like,
oh, geez.
Awesome. What kind of training, sir? Army training.
Classic movie.
Yeah. So, but anyway, oddly enough, that he told me that today. He's like, you know what I'm doing? I'm watching Stripes. I'm like, damn, now I want to watch it. You should do an episode on that.
On Stripes. What?
Yeah.
Golden 80s is doing an episode of the Call Guys for next Monday where we are going to talk about the Cannonball Run.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. Yeah.
So have you watched it yet, Chico?
I started into it last night, fell asleep.
Oh, I said that.
After I got absolutely bored.
Yep. There's a reason why it's on Rotten Tomatoes. It is not a good movie.
Yeah.
Oh, you should throw in Stripes into that. Not meaning it's a good movie. I like that movie.
Right.
Yeah, this is what is this? Certified Rotten? The worst of the 80s or what? Is it 80 or 89?
80s.
Worst of the 80s. So yeah.
Worst of the 80s.
Worst of the 80s. So yeah, check out the Call Guys. Check out Golden Image. Had a really good episode this last Tuesday on Ceruleans and the Winona, the village of Winona. So you should go check that out. United States Paranormal.
Is that near Winona Lake?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, yes, it is.
Huh. I'll be damned. I was just gonna joke around, but I was right. Shit.
Yep, it's the village of Winona, right down there on the island, right next to the island, because they have an island down there on Winona. So, see, nice. You learn something new every day.
Man-made island.
Well, yeah, they had to put that channel in there. Did they put the channel in?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Channel.
there you go. I didn't know that. All right, guys, so let's get out of here. So from our little child,
Our little child. My
from
little
our
child.
little child, from our little wee baby, the Kansas City Chiefs. From our little slice of Chiefs Kingdom right here in the great state of Indiana, I just got one question for you guys. How about those Chiefs? Later.
And we apologize to every German person we just offended.
Thank you for listening to the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or Podbean, any of your favorite podcast sites. Be sure to watch us on YouTube. Just search for the Indiana Chiefs Fans Podcast. Also, check us out on Facebook for any updates on the Chiefs and all of our weekly posts. You can find us at facebook.com/INChiefsFansPod. Finally, go check out our Golden Mojo Entertainment website at goldenmojoent.com. You can find information about your 3 favorite hosts and all the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment family. Those podcasts include The Call Guys, Golden Image Podcast, The United States of Paranormal, The Golden 80s Podcast, The Murdnerds, and A Court of Books and Booze. Thank you for tuning in, and how about those Chiefs?